Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge shocked everyone and wedded Brooke. Obviously Taylor didn't take the news well, but it's their son Thomas who goes over the deep end. Thomas losing his marbles again. Brooke move her hubby Ridge to have his son admitted at the internal sanitarium? Thomas has plotted with his internal health in the history. Many times ago he stalked Hope and had a full-bloated love with a mannequin. He was treated for a brain excrescence and his crazy jest was explained down. His internal health is easily deteriorating again. Thomas learned Ridge married Brooke and attacked her. However, Thomas might have indeed hurt her, if his father hadn't interposed. The last thing Brooke needs is her stepchildren making Ridge have dubieties and go running back to Taylor. Thomas could be taking an unanticipated trip to the internal sanitarium in the near future. Brooke be the reason why. Brooke has no way had important use for Thomas. Now that he's acting bonkers again, could she move his pater to shoot him down to an internal sanitarium or installation until he's better? Taylor is on the road to recovery. While her heart hurts and her head is spinning, she's determined to accept that Ridge broke his pledge to her formerly again. 2 divorces represent the topmost breaks. But the last time Taylor and Ridge fairly resolve. That was during the period when Hunter Tyler was playing this heritage character. This rearmost treason has redounded in a relapse of Taylor's broken heart pattern. So, suckers are wondering what's ahead for this likable character who deserves better times ahead. Ridge was direct. He spoke from the heart, and Taylor hurt him. He couldn't set a marriage date because Brooke near drowning created a pressure point. Ridge was undecided, not knowing whether he could marry Taylor or would return to his Logan. Ridge's watery deliverance of Brooke and mouth-to-mouth life-saving conduct caused an advance. Eric continued to goad Ridge to make what he called the right decision, with Kay's character eventually realizing what had to be done. Taylor has her children, grandchildren, and exercise. Yes, she has what's written in this section title. But Taylor wanted to reconstitute her family, which included Ridge at the head. Nearly 2 decades have passed since their alternate divorce. Including this month's impulsive matrimonial in the Forrester Creations executive suite, Ridge has married Brooke 5 times since he last disassociated Taylor. Overall, Ridge has married Brooke an unfathomable 9 times. This rearmost break appears to be sobering for Taylor and different from the last time he broke a pledge to be with her. Taylor was portraying what Eric appertained to as one of the great loves of Ridge's life. So, it's reasonable to wonder if a new man will come part of Taylor's life. Not telling Cleric that Luna No Way failed was a negotiable mistake. But Sheila Carter knew that relaying that news would probably produce consequences. Sheila was caught in wanting to cover her granddaughter, who was facing a return to jail, and keeping that information from Deacon. But Cannon's character constantly said that he was relieved Luna was gone, and that affected Sheila's choice to keep her actuality secret. Cleric asks Taylor to entrust in Taylor about this situation, will prove interesting. She's no addict of Sheila but has demonstrated a fondness for Cleric in the history. Whether a new couple is being set up will be worth watching. One bright spot that had to do with this Luna is pregnant with Will's baby plot happened on Friday when Katie apologized to her son for keeping him from telling Electra about drunkenly sleeping with Luna. She told Will, "I just wanted to keep you safe." "I didn't keep you safe." Recently, Katie has been busy telling Brooke how important she and Ridge belong together. But it was nice to be reminded that Tom can do much further than that. They had Luna cornered, so they should have called the Bobbies. She could still take a gestation test from behind bars. Rather, they possessed her long enough for the gestation test to slip out of her bag. And also they transported her to Bill's manse so she could take a bunch more. So now that they know she's pregnant, what are they going to do? When Thomas suddenly stopped his diatribe, calmed down, and changed his tune about Ridge and Brooke, it gave us pause. He hugged Brooke. "There's no way this is for real, right? So until we know for sure, there will be no judgment." Thomas has been back, but there hasn't been any commerce between him and Hope. Thomas on his way to a psychiatric sanitarium? It's clear that Thomas is passing an emotional and internal health extremity that multitudinous B&B suckers believe requirements to be dealt with, before he becomes indeed further off fatal. The issues began when Thomas explicitly outlined to Ridge the consequences of disappointing Taylor, formerly Moore. Thomas participated his passions of being adrift in both his particular and professional life. After ending his engagement with Paris and lacking a clear direction in his career, Thomas has been facing significant challenges. This is why he emphasized the critical nature of Ridge and Taylor's reunion, which Ridge has now taken down. Thomas made it clear that he couldn't manage with the separation of Taylor and Ridge, suggesting that his warning might soon come a reality. Ridge is a waffler who can't stay with one woman for very long. It's accessible for Ridge to pursue what he truly desires. Although Ridge has a character for being indecisive and not treating women well, he has the right to make choices for himself. There's no reason for Ridge to remain with someone he doesn't love just to help Thomas from twisting out of control. If Thomas is authentically floundering mentally, he requires professional backing. This has come indeed more apparent as Thomas becomes decreasingly menacing and fixates on condemning Brooke. Thomas issued a trouble to Brooke in the design office, and observers can anticipate another significant outburst from him in the occasion raising on September 15th. Once Thomas learns about Ridge and Brooke's marriage, he'll lose his temper. He'll indeed charge Brooke of being dishonest and will press Ridge to deny that the remarriage took place. Ridge will affirm that he did indeed marry Brooke and intends to spend his life with her. It's insolvable to provision Thomas's response once he processes this news, which puts Brooke at significant threat. Thomas is far too involved in his father's romantic affairs and exorbitantly fixated on the idea that Brooke is a cunning manipulator who has caused chaos. Whatever progress Thomas achieved in his internal health trip has fully dissolved. He is shared in remedy, yet he might bear fresh support beyond what he has preliminarily entered. Should Thomas consider seeking treatment at a psychiatric installation? Still, an intervention could come essential if he takes any conduct that indicate he poses a threat to himself or others. Thomas's remedy sessions were conducted with his mama, which may not give the most unprejudiced perspective. Taylor will soon drink a new man into her life. Could he potentially be Thomas's new psychiatrist? Bill and Katie corner Luna. Thomas explodes at Ridge. Remy was in his apartment when someone suddenly burst in the door. It was Luna, who Remy allowed was dead. Remy also had guilt about helping Luna learn how to shoot a gun when she was targeting Steffi. After Remy gets over the original shock of seeing a dead girl, he faces a moral dilemma. Will he help Luna hide from everyone? I don't suppose he's going to hide her. For one thing, Remy doesn't want to get in any trouble again. The youthful man seems unfeignedly trying to stay out of trouble. Luna no way anticipated Will to call Katie. When she ran out the door and into Remy's apartment, she allowed. She was saved. Remy helped her formally ahead. Luna ends up getting possessed by her adversaries and Remy isn't there. At Lee's apartment, she comes home to chaos. The croaker will probably be confused why Will, Bill, and Katie are in her apartment. Still, she'll soon learn that Luna assaulted Will. Luna stands there looking confused when Katie says she took advantage of Will. Once Lee realizes Luna has been playing her each on, she legs the youthful lady against the wall. While choking the life out of her, Lee rants about how evil the girl is. Thomas will continue issuing pitfalls to Brooke. At one point, Ridge enters the room and will try to calm Thomas down. Still, the youthful man blows up and orders Ridge to declare Brooke a fabricator. Ridge wouldn't be suitable to do that, however. The developer will have to admit that he has formerly married Brooke. Thomas is going to blow up and I worry that Brooke could be in grave peril.